Hi, welcome to this Dronedesk user guide. In this video I'm going to cover the OSC Risk Assessment in the job section. So you'll have previously seen the standard risk assessment, which just includes the hazard, initial risk, mitigation, final risk. The OSC risk assessment complies with the more stringent requirements of CAP 722A. So it's a 10-column risk assessment that includes a unique reference number, identified hazard, associated risk, existing mitigation, the initial risk, and then further mitigation, along with ALOP as low as reasonably possible, which you have to confirm for each risk, and tolerable, again, which you have to confirm for each risk, and each risk has to have an owner. For every new job you create in the system, the OSC will be pre-populated with a default set of risks, which is configurable. So you need to go into settings and OSC risk assessment, where you can configure the default set of OSC risks. So just diving back into OSC risks, as I say, it's pre-populated for every job with a default set of risks. You're able to modify that list at an individual job level if you want to. So in this case, let's correct the spelling. For that one, we'll leave the buildings as they are. We'll add a new row. We'll just call this vehicles and give it, we'll just enter some arbitrary text for the purposes of demonstration. So once you've got all your risks, then you need to pick the initial risk. It complies with the CAA risk matrix, albeit the CAA have been inconsistent in their naming convention in that the standard risk assessment matrix covers probability and severity, whereas the CAP 722 OSC risk assessment, it's referred to as likelihood and severity. I don't know why the inconsistency exists with the CAA, but it does. But I've kept it consistent within Dronedesk. Okay, so it's probability, severity, probability and likelihood being interchangeable terms for the purposes of this risk assessment. So you select the appropriate risk, and that's the probability score and severity score. It won't use the full text, it uses this 4-character shortcode to represent the risk, just for brevity and to save space on the screen. So let's put P4, S4, so probability 4, severity 4. If you're unsure what these risks refer to, there's a link at the bottom left there, and there's a description of the meaning of each of these. Then we select the final risk. So what you would hope would be that this would be somewhat reduced. So we've reduced the probability to 1, and the severity remains the same, because obviously if that happened, if the drone hit the tree, then the severity would still be the same as it would have been if we had not mitigated. And then as low as reasonably possible, yes or no, very straightforward. And again, tolerable, yes or no, very straightforward. The owner defaults to whoever the lead pilot is, but you can change that if you want to. So it lists all the people in your organization. Okay, so you'd go through and do that for each one of the risks, and all the entries are saved as you go along. So if we refresh this screen now, as though we were going back into this job, open up the risk assessment, and you can see that everything's been saved. Okay, so that just about covers the OSC risk assessment. Thanks for watching. Speak to you soon.